What's going to happen in this next election? I am terrified about what could possibly happen because our leaders matter. Who we select, who speaks for us, who holds that bully pulpit. It affects us in ways that sometimes I think people take for granted. You know, the fact that people think that government, does it really even do anything? And I'm like, oh my God, does government do everything for us? And we cannot take this democracy for granted. And sometimes I worry that we do. Those are the things that keep me up.
How are the Democrats going to do it? How are they going to pull it off? How are they going to abandon Joe Biden? Because anyone with any kind of sense can come to the conclusion that that is exactly what the Democrat Party wants to do. Because, I mean, honestly, why wouldn't they want to? Why would they not want to abandon Joe Biden? He's got scandals of every possible kind coming out of every single direction. He's got basically zero accomplishments to run on. You can only say CHIPS Act and infrastructure so many times before people who even believe that stuff get tired of it. They have literally, here's the best part, they literally named an economy that has almost completely destroyed the middle class and led to record homelessness after the man. They gave it his last name. And on top of all that, he's a freaking dinosaur. The guy, no one believes that he is cognitively stable, or at least if they do believe it, they can't possibly believe that he'll remain so through a second term. So, of course they want to abandon him. They have no choice but to abandon him. Anyone who tells you otherwise is just not being honest. So how are they going to do it? And how does Michelle Obama factor into all this? I mean, that's what a lot of people are questioning after Michelle has been up to some pretty interesting things. And I'll tell you about that in just a moment, guys. But first, be a part of the channel's growth. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share. Really, really does mean a lot to getting our conservative message heard. So here's where we're at. And, really, this should tell you about everything you need to know about the Democrat Party. And deeper than that, everything you need to know about the average low-information Democrat voter. All it is a popularity contest, man. It's like a less attractive, less talented version of Hollywood. And to prove it, Michelle Obama is the most popular Democrat in the country. She's accomplished basically nothing. She hasn't made any promises. She hasn't crafted any laws. She's just popular for being herself, which I can't knock. I mean, that's a fantastic thing, but it is insane. She doesn't even like politics, and here she is, the most popular choice if Democrats could choose anybody. And just look what she's been up to.
South Carolina is the place where they're starting their democratic process. But Dean Phillips is in New Hampshire. He's campaigning, and Will had a chance to talk to his campaign manager, Jeff Weaver, about what he's up against. Here's how he tried to explain their status in the Democrat Party.
This campaign is moving forward. The excitement on the ground is growing. The crowds are growing. And we think we're going to surprise here in New Hampshire. It's not clear we're going to beat them outright, but I think we're going to do much better than people think. It's going to spark a movement across this country to get a nominee on the Democratic side who can beat Donald Trump. The antidote to anti-democracy is democracy. And so I encourage people in New Hampshire and all across this country to get out and vote. The antidote to anti-democracy is not less democracy. And that's, some in the Democratic Party seem to think that you fight authoritarianism with less democracy. And I just disagree.
I didn't understand a lot of that. Rachel and I were watching while you were interviewing. But
his answer? Or
yeah, he finally answered your question at the end there a little bit.
He did a good job of trying to pin them on why they're not.
Don't you think it's fascinating? I mean, I know we could talking point it, but meaning the three of us would agree, and it's a worthy thing to notice that, you sure run on a platform that democracy is at stake, while at every turn undercutting the process of democracy. Your own primary, Donald Trump on the ballot. So I just wondered what his answer would be. But you're right. I mean, I'm not sure he gave you.
No,
he didn't. He kind of did it at the end. But, they're Democrats, after all, going after a sitting incumbent president. And either you take the gloves off or you don't. I mean, Dean Phillips has got to have a huge showing in New Hampshire to even have a blip on the radar. And it's ironic. You watch a guy like Jeff Weaver. I mean, he saw Bernie Sanders get submarined twice.
Absolutely. Anti-democratic.
At this point, exactly. You should know exactly what the Democrat Party is, and it's not democratic.
Yeah, well, I would say if they're going to replace Joe Biden, it's not going to be with Dean Phillips. It's not going to be with Gavin Newsom because they can't skip over Kamala because of that. If you notice this week and last week as well, more talk about Michelle Obama. I still think that's in the cards. The wheels are coming off of Joe Biden
or Nikki
at a
Haley.
rate. Oh, right, as an independent.
There's already Democrats crossing over.
Well, they already have, and there's the conversation about the no labels candidacy,
Correct.
whether
Right, that's
that
where she
could
would
be a
jump to.
unity ticket there. I mean, as we said at the beginning of this year, expect the unexpected. Because if these polls
Crazy
stay
ride.
this way, it's going to be a crazy ride.
Yeah.
Nothing is inevitable at this point, certainly on the Democrat side with Joe Biden.
Absolutely.
All right, we've got
Yeah, so there it is, man. And how amazing is it that the average Democrat really will scream till they're blue in the face about authoritarian this and democracy that, but almost none of them have even any clue that Dean Phillips is even running for president. They don't even know who he is. They've never heard the guy's name. They don't know that he's running, and they really don't know about all the trouble that he's actually had from his own party, from their party, from the party of democracy themselves. I mean, it is just remarkable stuff, man. Orwell could not have made this stuff up himself. And the people at Fox, they're absolutely right. If the polls stay trending like they are, and there's absolutely zero reason to believe that they won't, the left is going to be forced to do something. And they're right. You know, it will not be Dean Phillips. You know, there will have to be some sort of master manipulation involved. And the rumors are that Michelle Obama is right now undergoing media training. So why that would be, I have no idea. I don't even know if it's true. It would not surprise me. But we'll see how it all plays out, man. That's just my take. Let me know yours in the comments. And if you haven't already, guys, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Until then, guys, keep the faith.